Well, I mean, it was very poignant, to go there because, I mean, of course, it was nothing like pre-war Vilna in terms of the population or anything. And as I said, it was, now it's very different, but there wasn't really any recognition of the Jewish history, and if nothing had been sort of fixed up, because it was just right after the fall of communism. But, there are parts of the old Jewish quarter that are very much physically intact. And, it was kind of a very powerful experience to just kind of walk in those streets, because it's still, unlike, let's say, Warsaw, where virtually the entire Jewish quarter was leveled with the destruction of the ghetto. There was a lot of damage in certain parts of the city in Vilna, the old city, but there's certain streets that are still there, and, you can walk down these narrow streets, and it's just like, you read about in Grada or something, and then you come to the part, this area that was the Schulhof, the synagogue courtyard, that was the most fabled, a part of the old city, and it's, that was completely leveled really by the Soviets, and there's a school there, and I think now there's some kind of statue, but at the time, there was nothing. So it's, it's very powerful to kind of see that something that kind of evokes, that mood of the history, the Jewish history of the area, and then, you can almost see it sort of physically falling away when you come to just these gaps in the landscape, these areas that were flattened after the war, during the war, after the war, so, yeah, and then when I came back, I spoke to there was a volunteer at YIVO who was from Vilna. His name was Shlomo Kowarski, that I was very close to, and I saw him after I went on this trip, and I thought he would be so proud, maybe not proud, but, he'd be pleased that I had visited Vilna, because he was, this kind of big patriot, of his hometown. And when I told him, he said to me, "What you saw, that was not Vilna." 'Cause of course, after the war, it's, it could never be the same, but of course, it was still very, I think, important for me to see it, physically what was there.